The GUI operating system. When you switch on the computer, what happens is the operating system gets loaded into the computer memory, and this is what we call booting. You enter in your login, your password, and press enter. And the first screen you see after booting is called the desktop. This is what it looks like. Icons are little pictures displayed on the desktop that represent a file, folder, or a program. Taskbar is the bar displayed at the bottom of the desktop which has shortcut to applications. The Start button, the Cortana search box or search button, the middle section which shows mostly used and recently installed apps, a notification area, and a Show Desktop button. The Start menu on Windows 10 shows live tiles. This shows real-time information. Example, the current weather situation. You can change the size of the Start menu by dragging the double-sided arrow on the edge to the desired size. The Cortana search bar is the digital assistant, just like Google Now and Siri. You can activate it with a voice command like saying, "Hey Cortana," to open it. Press the Windows icon plus S to open it. And if you can't find it, right-click the search button, click Show Search Box. The notification area. It gives alerts about ongoing activities like new update, etc. Show Desktop. A rectangular bar at the end of the taskbar minimizes and restores all open windows and allows you to quickly view the desktop. Quick Launch Bar is in Windows XP. Pinning of programs is in Windows 7. Arrow Peek. You can point to a taskbar button and see live preview of its open window. Pinning a program. On the Start screen, right-click on the app, then More, and then Pin to start. But if the app is already open, right-click the app button and pin it to taskbar. Jump lists. This is a list of recent and frequently used and pinned files. Task view. All open windows appear as thumbnails. In order to reach a task view, you press the Windows icon and press Tab. You can auto-hide taskbar. You can change the location of the taskbar. Right-click on the blank space on the taskbar, click Properties, and then do the needful and click OK. Snap. A quick way to resize open windows. Drag it to the edge of your screen and expand it to whichever size you want. Arrow Shake. It makes the desktop clean and displays the window you would like to focus on. You click the title bar of the window you want and shake the mouse. The keyboard shortcuts. The Windows icon shows the Windows 10 Start menu. Windows icon plus Tab launches the task view. Windows icon plus C searches the web through Cortana. Windows icon plus I opens the Windows 10 settings. And Windows icon plus D shows the Windows desktop. Customize your Windows setup. You can change the date and time. You click Start, then go to Settings, go to Time and Language, and then click Set Time Automatically, Set Time Zone Automatically. Press Change, and then you can change the date and time formats. You can change the volume of the speakers by clicking the speakers icon on the right side of the taskbar and slide it to get whichever volume you want. Fill in the blanks. The operating system is the first program loaded into the computer when the computer is turned on. The process of loading the operating system onto the desktop is called Booting. The taskbar displays date and time on the right side. Notification bar displays a group of apps that alerts about important ongoing activities. The Show Desktop button is a rectangular bar at the very end of the taskbar. Arrow peak is to point to a taskbar button to see a live preview of its open windows. Which is a correct answer? Little pictures displayed on the desktop that represent a program. Icons. The image you see when the computer is left idle. It's called the screensaver. This provides options to customize the appearance and functionality of the computer. Settings. This contains pinned and recent files. Jump lists. Under this option of settings, you can change the date and time of your computer, that is, time and language. The tools of word processor. Formatting is changing or arranging the text in a document to a desired style. You can align a document to the left, align it to the right, align it to the center, and you can even change the color of the text, change the size of the text. Alignment means placement of the text with respect to the left or right margins of a page. So you have left alignment, right alignment, center alignment, and justify alignment. Justify means it's equally placed between the right and the left margins. Changing the font size. You get either A, capital A, the icon, or a small A size icon. Font size buttons which you can alter up or down, or you can take the numeral value to the right of the font type of which is Calibri, which is displayed here, and change the number. By changing the number, you increase the number, you get a bigger font size. You decrease the number, you get a lesser font size. You can change the font type by going to the arrow on the right of Calibri and change it to whichever type you like. You can change the font style by making it bold, by making it italics or underlined. The shortcut for bold is Ctrl plus B, shortcut for italics is Ctrl plus I, shortcut for underline is Ctrl plus U. You can change the font color by going to the icon that says A with the red line under it and click on the arrow to the right side of it and change the color to whichever you like. You can strike through using this little icon to the right of the B, I, and U icons. Change case options. Sentence case. The first letter is capital and the rest is in lowercase. Lowercase, all letters are in lowercase. Uppercase, all letters are in uppercase. Capitalize each word means the first letter of each word is in capitals and the rest in small letters. Toggle case is the opposite of capitalize each word. So the first letter is small and the rest of the letters are capital in each word. Now you can open the options up when you see this capital A, small a icon to the right of the font color changing icon. You get the options, you click on the option, and you decide what you want to do. Line spacing. There is a little icon with arrow up and down and some lines to the right of it. And if you click on that, it'll tell you, do you want 1 or do you want 1.25 or 1.5 or 2? That is the amount of white space that is between two lines in a paragraph. So you can see the one above is smaller, the one below is larger. Paragraph spacing, on the other hand, is the amount of white space between two paragraphs. Undo and redo button. Undo and redo button are right on top. And it goes anti-clockwise for the undo button and clockwise for the redo button. For spelling and grammar check, you'll find it just under File on the left top corner of your desktop. For spelling and grammar check, you can press F7 as a shortcut, and the options that it gives you if it finds an error, is ignore once, ignore all, add to dictionary, change, or change all. You even have a thesaurus option, which is to the right of the spelling and grammar check. This gives you a list of various other synonyms that can be used for the same word. And the shortcut is Shift plus F7. Printing. To print a document, you go to File, click on Print, and then you customize it based on the number of copies you want, whether you want it one-sided or both sides, which pages you want, which orientation you want, whether you want it portrait or landscape, and how much margin. The default font size in Word is 11. The default font type in Word is Calibri. The button used to add colored background to a selected text is called Text Color Button. The command that draws a line through the middle of a selected text is Strike Through. I'm sorry, there's no happy in there. The command that places selected text below the line of the normal text is called Subscript. The command that places a selected text above the line of the normal text is called Superscript. The command that changes the capitalization of words is Change Case. Red lines in spellings and grammar checks is misspelled words like heaven, which is H-A-E-V-E-N. It'll underline red because it's a wrong spelling. Green lines in spelling and grammar check is a grammatical error. How is you today? Grammatical error. Blue lines in spelling and grammar check is a contextual spelling error. That means the spelling is correct, but it cannot be used in the same context, in this context. For instance, there are many pens in my box. It should have been a T-H-E-R-E. So it's a blue line there. Font size is the size of letters in a word. Line spacing is the white space between two lines in a given paragraph. Paragraph spacing is the white space between two paragraphs in a given document. Desktop is the first screen that appears after booting. Hello Logo Turtle. MSW Logo. This is a software that uses program language called Logo to draw shapes on the computer. It is a graphics and logic-oriented language. It is a command language with graphical user interface or GUI. Opening MSW Logo. You click Start, select All Apps, click Microsoft Windows logo from the program list, and you get the screen. You get a turtle right in the middle. There's a commands window at the bottom, a commands bar, commander bar, and this is where you type in your command. And the commands that are typed are called primitives. A turtle has two parts. It has a head and it has a tail. On the screen of an MSW logo, you get the title bar on top, the menu bar, below it the drawing area, and you have the horizontal and vertical scroll bars, and right below you have the commander bar. The home position of the turtle is the original position on the screen, which is right in the center of the screen. The commander window components. There is a title bar on top, a recall list box, a command input box, and control buttons to the right. Now, the recall list box stores all commands. The command input box is to type the command, and then you need to press execute or enter. So whenever that is done, the list of stored commands goes into the recall list box. If you want a command that was already executed to be repeated, you need to just go to the recall list box and double click on that command. The halt command permanently stops execution of commands. Trace the error in the command is for trace button. Debugging is the process of removing the error. Pause. This temporarily stops execution of the command. Status. It opens a status window that shows the current settings in MSW logo. Reset button clears the main screen and places the turtle back in home position. And execute executes the command. Primitives in MSW logo. You have forward. Either you can type FORWARD or you can just simply write FD in caps lock. backward or BK, right or RT, left or LT. Now, if you want the turtle to move forward 20 steps, you need to type FD space 20 in the command input box and press execute or enter. If you want the turtle to move to an angle of 45 degrees to the left, you need to type LT space 45. Let's take this example. You can draw a rectangle or any shape that you would like using these commands.